I hope not.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do roll call?
Dunbar.
Present.
Harper.
Here.
Mazer.
Here.
Sofa.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Wayrum.
Here.
Zimmer.
Here.
Do we have any removal of any items for the consent agenda?
If not, I will move to adopt the consent agenda.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Adoption of the agenda.
I have one thing I'd like to add. Under new business, number 7, assessing department policy. That's all I have. So I make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
As amended.
amended.
Oh, as amended.
Oh, support that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda approved. Approval of minutes from February 3rd meeting and special meeting minutes of February 11th, 2026.
I move to approve the meeting minutes from February 3rd, 2026, and the special meeting minutes of February 11th, 2026.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Reports from the mayor, myself. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to our new building. It's kind of exciting to be here, and it turned out really nice. We had a great open house. A lot of community people, members that all came in and kind of toured and everything, and it was really a great turnout. And I look forward to working with everybody here, and just welcome. I do have one other item regarding the appeal for statewide. I did get a memo from the attorney stating that February 23rd, the judge denied Mr. Fields' request to be a part of those procedures. So now our attorney is contacting the developer to submit the record of appeal. So the record of appeal has still not been submitted because of that delay. But now that that is over, the record of appeal is going forward. And that's the status of that. That is all I have. Reports from city council committee members.
I don't have a report, but since it's, we did have a meeting and it's on the agenda for later, so.
Okay. Anything from advisory?
Not right now.
Okay. DPW? Councilmember Weaver?
Nope, not unless you had any questions, what I submitted last month when I was asked, I'd be happy to answer any if you have, but other than that, I think I included all that information in the packet last month.
Okay. Finance
We have business
tonight?
on the agenda, yes,
Okay.
and meeting minutes
All right.
for you.
Fire department, Dunbar?
No, Madam Mayor.
Nuisance?
Nothing.
Police department, Sofa?
Police, that's what I
It's
said.
on the agenda?
Yep.
Library? We settled that last.
Oh,
Okay.
so, kosher.
Perfect. Reports from administration. Who wants to go first? Larry?
I made up a memo there, I'm not gonna discuss it. If anyone has a problem or wants to understand, just give me a call. And you have the Mill Street Bridge. If it's not talked about with the council, there's a couple of things I will mention it, but you may already address it in that. Otherwise, that's all I have.
Okay.
I have a question, Larry.
Yes.
I'm assuming the memo that you're talking about is the spreadsheets?
Oh, is that the one I just gave you?
Yeah, is that
No,
what-
that's a different one.
Okay.
That, I just gave that to you and to Tammy.
Okay.
It's on
This is what we talked about
Yeah,
at the
yes.
open house.
Right,
Okay.
right, okay. That's all I have.
Okay. Fire department?
I guess the only non-agenda thing I got is, in the past month, I had to hire 2 new guys for daytime shift because Jesse, who was working for me 3 days a week, got a full-time job at Fort Gratiot Fire Department, so was unable to work here anymore. I found 2 more. One works part-time in Marysville and the other is in Berlin Township Fire Department. So
And they both started?
they both started.
Awesome. Bart, DPW?
Yes, I just want to be sure, I think in your package you had an information only, and I just want to stress that we have a DPW committee meeting as soon as possible, because I have a report I have to get back to the state regarding that.
Okay.
What's the deadline for your response?
March 20th.
Okay. We should be able to.
Okay.
Okay.
Parks and Rec?
So we just hosted our daddy-daughter dance. It was a great success, sold out again. We had a couple raffle baskets, and I'm hoping with the winnings from the monies from that to have a big screen movie available to the public for free this summer. What else coming up? I have a trip to the Crocker Museum this Saturday. That's in Mount Clemens. I have a senior lunch on the 13th. An open craft day on March 21st. We also have a new piece of playground equipment on its way. And, I'm working with Be Fit to do a week-long summer camp for kids. So, it's all in the works, along with music in the park too.
Awesome. One question I did have, if we can get some of the information on the website. I know, because if you look at Parks and Recs, it just kind of gives a general, we do this, we do this throughout the year. I think it would be beneficial to get the dates and like what's upcoming
On the city
on the
one?
on the city website,
Yes.
because there is a Parks and Rec
Uh-huh.
page on there, so
Yeah.
if you could work with Donna or Amber and get that information.
Sure.
So we can get that on the website and make that a little bit more, because I like directing people to the website, but we want to have all the information on there.
Sure.
Okay? Thank you. Police?
Just the agenda item.
Okay. Did I miss anybody? No. Donna?
I have nothing.
Did you have anything, Donna?
No, I said I have
Okay,
nothing.
okay. Public comments, Judy Kendall.
Okay, wow, this feels kind of weird. I'd like to thank Madam Mayor and the council members out here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you this evening regarding a couple of things. First and foremost, the letter that the landlords of Memphis received this past week. I was kind of a kick in the gut. First of all, I'm not sure all landlords received the letter. Because you as a council are going on hearsay, because there's no registration process for the properties in Memphis. You don't have them come in and register to you. So basically you had to go on, oh, I know there's one over the garage. Well, that's not a real government way to be handling things. I just think sometimes we just do a knee-jerk reaction. We're so excited about something that instead of taking the time to go through it and to bite bits of it, chew it, digest it, go through it again a couple of times, we just jump at it. But yeah, let's do it, let's woo, you know, so, and I understand from talking to office personnel that this was passed in '24, which tells me you had 2 years to get this all together. It kind of blows my mind because I've been working on this since I got the letter, which was, I'm gonna guess Thursday we got them? Thursday, Fridays? I don't know, it was right in there, and I have been on it constantly, a few days here. And I found out so much information, it was unreal. I think that it should have been a letter to everyone in Memphis. And I know you're going, oh my God, that's so many people. Well, if you're gonna do it, we gotta do it right. Going out and asking if you have rental units. Do you have any rentals on your property? Do you have one upstairs? Do you have one over a garage? Do you have one over a barn? Do you have it over one of your buildings? Do you have it in back of your building? And none of this was explored. And then, once you get all that tallied, that should be able to come back. That information should be able to put into some kind of, I'm sure it was IT help, because I sure in the heck couldn't do it, but some high IT help on a Excel spreadsheet or whatever to say, okay, this is what we've got. Now we know. Now we know. And then a letter goes out to the landlords to say, well, here's what we're going to do. The ordinance has been passed. We're going to be doing this and this. This is when it's going to start. This is what it's going to cost. And at this time, if you have any concerns, you can call the council people. But, you know, even if it went out, the letter went out to an individual of Joe Blow who doesn't have, he lives there with his happy family and he doesn't have any rentals. It could have stated in the letter, if you have nothing, feel free to move on and have a nice day. If you do have something, please continue reading, and attached will be a registration form, or, as Madam Mayor said, let's get on the website, get that form printed off, print it, you've got to get it into the council by such a date. Bingo bango, we know our numbers. When I got the letter, it didn't explain how often the inspections were. You know, I should stop right now. Some of you I know and some of you I don't know. I am an apartment landlord. I have 5 units. So that's why when I got this, it was kind of gut-wrenching, okay? We're a mom and pop. We've been here over 40 years, and we are on Main Street on Boardman, on the north side. So we're in St. Clair County, just as a little FYI. I didn't see anything in there as to how often it's going to happen. Every 2 years, every 3 years, every 4 years, every 6 months, every year, nothing. I was told by someone that they were told, well, I think it's every 2 years. Well, I wish it wouldn't have happened. So which one are we going to pick? Okay. The other thing, does this pertain to Verbos, Airbnbs, bed and breakfast? These are all rentals, people. These are all rentals. Are these including the businesses in town that have units in their buildings? Either it's above, in the back, in the basement, I really don't care. Do you know about them? I don't know. Does this include the low housing units, low income housing units? You know, I'm not coming here to try to criticize you. I know you don't make $2,000 a night doing this. I get that. But every time something like this happens, we just, as a public, Joe Blow, Judy Blow, just feel like we're getting dumped on. Because once you look at this, you start immediately, the questions coming. I had neighbors that are landlords calling me going, did you know about this? Is this going to happen? When's it going to happen? How many times? Are they going to keep it this price? That's really unfair. Are we going to get them? It was ridiculous. And I said, there's nothing on the website. I've already looked. You'll have to go to the council meeting if you think it's important, or you'll call a council member. Don't know what else you wanna do. But Twin Pine Apartments, that's ours, my husband and I's, that was our retirement. $100 a unit is a bit high. We don't have a community center. We don't have a pool. We don't have several parks. We don't have a dog park. There's no shopping centers. There's no grocery stores. There's no hardware stores. Now, do I dislike Memphis? Hell no. I love Memphis. But you gotta remember, we don't have all of these things. When I write a notice to tenants about a new unit, I can't say, oh my gosh, are you lucky? We got 3 hair salons and 2 marijuana shops. I tell them we got restaurants, I've got a library, I've got a laundromat, but I don't have the big city stuff to brag about. And the people that come out here don't have it either. And that's what these places that are charging $100 have. So, leading up to that, I called every city in the county, well, a couple in Macomb County, sorry, that were around us. I talked to their office personnel, I talked to the people, sometimes it was the DPW, it depended, whoever had it. Sometimes it was the building people. Richmond doesn't have it. Armada doesn't have it. KTAC is just getting it. That seems to be your little buffer of vote, or just like you did. Ooh, ooh. Emmett is a village, but they don't have it. Yale doesn't have it. Elginak does have it. You register your apartments. Some of them call it, you get a license. Register license, sure. But they said that they didn't want to gouge the landlords, so they do it by a grouping. If you have 1 to 5, it's something. If it's 5 to 10, it's something. And it's not per unit, it's per that amount of units. Because they said we felt we were gouging the landlords.
Okay, Judy, there's a time limit.
Oh, am I done?
Yep.
Okay,
So
thank you very much.
The comments have been noted, okay? Thank you so much. All right, consent agenda is already approved. Unfinished business, Finance Committee. Councilmember Harper.
Well, you have minutes from our meeting that we had with Michigan class and with Choice One Bank. So we have to make some decisions. I do believe, looking through the paperwork, we have to adopt a new, yes? Do we have to adopt?
Right here is the recommendation.
Recommendation.
Yeah, we would recommend that we pass a resolution to amend the financial and investment policy. And then we discussed taking money from the J fund and allocating it in both account types, and the breakdown of the allocations are as I wrote in the recommendation. The passing the resolution would require a roll call vote and 2/3 majority, so 5, not just a simple majority of 4. That would be the only difference.
What is the resolution at?
It's the following page, resolution, or Memphis City Council resolution, resolution to amend the City of Memphis investment policy.
This
Which,
is the existing,
yep,
this is the red letter one that we're amending.
correct. So there's the photocopy version and then a redlined version, where the changes are in red. There was one sentence that was duplicate, so when I was making the amendments, I just deleted that sentence as well. but then all of the changes are in red for you to see. I copy and pasted the state statute verbiage. These accounts require that money being split amongst different institutions first go into a Michigan-based financial institution. For instance, we couldn't go to Ohio and be like, hey, we want to take advantage of the IntraFi system with you, because that account would be based outside of Michigan. But being Choice One has a physical location in Michigan.
And so does the other.
And so does the other one. Yeah, so it's just copy and pasted the state statutes for both the certificate of deposits and then deposit accounts. The language is almost identical if you're just looking at it. The biggest difference is one says initial deposit and one says initial investment, and then the words are slightly different.
I'll say they were both very informative meetings, and I think the structure that we came up with allows us to see how class works, because class has a better return. But the tiered system of CDs that Councilman Dunbar recommended allows us to roll over one into the other, so that we're not stuck with money into a CD waiting for it to mature. So as they mature, we cash out, so it'll be laddered. So some are maturing as others are starting, and it works that way to, it provides us a little more liquidity. And then the class provides us with total liquidity. If we need to pull from it, there's no fees in any of these. We can carry for class, we can carry a balance of 0. We don't have to put anything in. We don't, so it does gain a decent amount of interest. I think it's kind of a hybrid approach that we're looking at going right now, just to see how one works. We're not putting all our eggs in one basket. It seemed like a good idea, and both institutions really did explain it pretty well to us. It made me feel pretty secure about both.
I would motion that we pass the city council resolution to amend the City of Memphis investment policy.
Support.
These are all going to be different motions, right?
We can make each of the following different.
Because I feel like the policy should be separate. The resolution should be separate from the.
Well, yes, the
Yeah.
resolution is separate for sure.
Okay, so I don't have any questions about the amendment.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayra,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa.
Resolutions, Fleece and Vanderbrink.
Sorry, we still have the.
Oh,
other-
okay.
guys,
Yeah, we have
City
another, yeah,
Council,
yeah.
resolution to amend. Let's see.
So I motion that we close our Comerica Bank accounts and let our certificate of deposit expire and allocate the money between both Michigan Class and both an ICS and CDARS account.
Support.
So would closing the Comerica account cause any issue for treasury purposes, Donna? Would that create any problems, like for city functionality?
I don't think for functionality it would. Just getting used to it all.
Yeah,
Maybe something new,
just
but
curious.
I don't believe so.
Like that J account was sitting there with money in it that did not gain any interest.
Oh, I'm not.
No,
weird.
it got
I'm not doubting
some.
that. I'm
It
just
did
like,
get
wait.
some.
Yeah,
What was it?
We looked, it was 3.84.
Oh, is
No,
that
it's,
more?
no, it's all.
Or
all-
3.10.
Well, it's round off, 3.5.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was
So
thinking
we've
different.
been
Yeah.
getting that interest on, but understand that the J fund was, you got a restricted amount, right? And I made a memo of that, I think, after the audit. And so much of that was in the J fund, so much was just in the bank. And then the total was restricted. Well, the J fund, don't remember the figure, I think it was around $1 million or something like that. But the other, it will be also included in that, so, that part will be a plus, so on interest. So. But the J fund was getting the same interest rate basically as CDs, so.
And we already do business with Choice One anyway, and Comerica was just like another institution to deal with.
And see, the other money's in Choice One Bank, and that wasn't, it collected maybe a little, but not amount. Now, if you put all that money into Choice One, our local bank, then it should be collected, it'll all collected.
Okay, Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2, resolution placing Vanderbrink Mill Street Bridge.
Madam Mayor, they provided us with the verbiage of the resolution. I just formatted it to fit the way our resolutions typically look. In the packet was their application that they would submit on our behalf.
Did we finish this?
I'm sorry?
We're finished with this?
We didn't specify the allocation, but we said with this allocation as
Okay.
provided.
Just wanted to make sure.
The total cost on the application is $803,000. This would just be the building cost, not the engineering cost. That could possibly have another $150,000. And for some reason, if we went over and our cost ended up being $900,000, the specific grant we're applying for has a variance of the fund up to 125% should costs increase. So if the cost increases a little, we won't just be left holding the bag of the difference. We'll just be responsible for the 5% of the
5% for matching.
for the 5% for the matching, and then the engineering costs. So a total of probably $150,000. And this was the item you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to make a few comments. Yes, on this here, we got Boardman Road coming up in '27, correct? And we cannot do both in the same year because you have a traffic problem if you do that. So you'll have to address that issue because I realize what my information on the Mill Street, you go in the hopper, but it's very rarely that you get allocated that same year. But we definitely can't do it in '27. And
Well, this says
Isn't it
29.
29?
Even if we get approval this year, it'll be 2029.
okay, so that's good because I don't want you to spend any more money.
So the engineering costs that we would have to come up with would not be until projects are approved, or like, what does that look like?
What
Or is
about
that, do we pay that now and then hope for the best that we get approved? What does that look like?
Design, that's what I'm curious about. When would you have to, if you approve
Yeah.
this now, they do the design right now? And if I do, I'd like to know how much that is. But if it's just the application and you got an estimated cost, that's one thing. But as you know, we got a lot of costs at Boardman Road and well, you saw my memo, okay?
Yeah.
Enough said.
I mean, that's an excellent point. We didn't discuss the specifics of what cycle we would be billed. I would assume that if we were approving them, applying on our behalf for this grant, that we wouldn't need to do the engineering this year.
I wouldn't think so.
But I can specify that, and when I reach out to them, I can say,
Maybe
hey,
just
we,
ask.
you know, that being said, the deadline for this specific one is April 1st.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to, I could ask that clarifying question of when exactly we would incur the engineering costs.
We can just say that based on making sure that the engineering costs are not within the next 2 years.
Can you pass a resolution contingent? I don't know. Yeah?
I
think so.
I wouldn't think so.
No,
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I passed the.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Resolution.
I think the resolution is fine as it
Yeah.
is. I'm just curious, like, that's more of a curiosity thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
not gonna deter wanting to move forward with the
Yeah.
application.
Right, the bridge has
Right.
to get done.
I don't think it deters anything, it's just more of a clarifying question.
Of when we
When
have to
is-
pay for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
are these
will-
expenses
I will
incurred?
ask that, just for clarity. And then he made sure to reiterate to me many times that it's highly unlikely we get accepted this term,
Sure.
this cycle. But they will grade your grant application, so we'll be able to receive a grade on our grant, know exactly, where the application stood, and we can make a better decision moving forward of, okay, we need to up our match, or, oh, we need to get more letters of
better
recommendation.
prepared.
Yeah,
And they reapply on our behalf, correct?
they will behind
That's what I
our
thought.
behalf. That being said, I did reach out to Mr. Donato at Donato Enterprises to ask for a letter of recommendation. When I was a youth, people fished down there, so I thought I could just mosey down there a few times and see if anyone's still fishing there. Get a letter of recommendation from there. I don't know if there's any other businesses that specifically use Mill Street, but if anyone has anyone in
The
mind.
auction house,
The auction house, okay, I can reach out to them, but.
happen on Fridays usually there.
Okay. If anyone else thinks of anyone to ask for a letter on that, happy to reach out to them. But I would motion that we pass the resolution approving the submittal of an application for local bridge program funds for replacement of the Mill Street Bridge over Sage Creek.
Support.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wareham.
Yes. Three, 4711 Potter Street.
Madam Mayor, I asked that this be included on the agenda.
Busy, Mr. Dunbar.
We had talked about it in November when we didn't have a paper of, or we were losing our paper of record, so we couldn't establish a public hearing. Now that we have a public record, I think we should establish a public hearing on the matter. We would have to deem what's essential for the property to be habitable and safe again, so I would assume we would need a building inspector present. I believe Mr.
Can I say something? We have to send him a letter, and he has 30 days to reply. We
Yeah.
believed we sent it, but that was during our moving time, and none of us can remember. So we send another one just to be sure. So we could still set a date, but if we could send it after the 1st of March, because that would be the 30 days, unless he replies. then
1st of
we have to
April.
cancel. I mean, April, yeah.
I mean, I might be wrong. I remember reading the ordinance, and I didn't feel like we needed to notify him of a notice, because we would set the public hearing date and then notify him of
The public.
the
Okay,
public
maybe, I don't know,
hearing.
that's what Mel said, he sent us a letter,
What
and we
did the
got it
letter
out.
say? What did the,
Oh, I don't have it with me, I don't remember.
Is it basically saying we intend to hold a public hearing to?
I can't remember, because we've been so busy, so.
We'd have to set a timeline anyways, so I
Right.
don't know that that's a huge, I don't know that that'd be a huge issue as it stands right now.
Well, I'm pretty sure we sent the first letter out.
Right.
We're almost positive. We just don't know what day. That's why we sent another one and wrote the date. And we got no response anyhow.
Where did you send it? Just,
We sent it to his address and it never came back.
He's in Metal Lodge.
No, we know.
Okay.
But I gotta send it to where I know, you know what I mean?
So
And that's what
last-
Amber was saying. We
Last
don't
known
know.
address.
Yeah.
Last known address, right?
Oh, so should have been forwarded from our post office.
I
to-
would hope so, yeah. And that could be a delay too, why he didn't answer. I don't know.
Well, I think
Did
that's
they
the posting
forward for more
requirement
than
too.
6 months?
The posting
they?
requirement would take care of
We've done a
that.
while.
I mean, if we're doing everything we're supposed to do,
The fire was in May of last year.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, we're over.
yeah, we're coming up
on
to a year.
Yeah. Once we have the public hearing, set the conditions of which the property would have to, meet. They have 60 days to rectify
Either
the.
be habitable or take them down.
And we would set those conditions at the public hearing?
Correct.
So we would have prep work before the public hearing. It looks like Bart and Mal would do the prep work before the public hearing, present at the public hearing saying X, Y, and Z would have to change. If it doesn't, we're going to condemn it and eventually lead to demolition.
I believe so.
That's the process.
Yes.
I'm oversimplifying completely, but
I mean, that would be my interpretation of the ordinance.
That's what I thought too.
I don't know if we want to ask the lawyer about it. It might be quick, but that would be up to the council.
I mean, my interpretation of it was the same as yours.
Okay.
So and he's had, I mean, it's been since May of last year. We think he's had 2 potential letters. I think that we continue on with the process.
Yeah, we can set the date at least.
Okay. I think we should possibly have it not be just at our normal meeting next month. I don't know.
No, public hearing should be separate.
Yeah. Do we want to just do like 2 weeks after our public hearing then? Or our normal?
So like the 15th of April?
Yeah, 2 weeks. would be-
Yeah. Well, yeah, the 15th of April
Yeah.
on a Wednesday.
That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
2 weeks after.
No, 2 weeks from the meeting would be a Tuesday.
2 weeks from the meeting.
The meeting's the 7th.
Yeah, I was gonna
Of
say,
April?
I
Where are
just
you
looked at
talking?
that calendar.
Oh, this is
First
2025.
meeting is the
These are
7th.
2025.
April 7th.
Oh.
That wasn't matching mine either.
I was confused why you picked a Wednesday.
I don't have a 2026 one.
Two weeks
Man,
after
oh
the 7th is
man,
the
Donna, you set me up.
21st.
April 21st.
Set me up.
What else is?
April 21st.
Yeah, April 21st.
So I motion that we set a public hearing on the matter for the 34711 Potter Street abatement on April 21st at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Sure.
Support.
Gotta go with the paper.
We can include this in the DPW meeting to talk with Bart about what those conditions.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, how that process will go.
Do we need to vote or?
We do.
I think, does this have to be a roll call?
This wouldn't have to be a roll call.
Okay, so meeting, public hearing scheduled Tuesday, April 21st, 7 p.m. regarding the 34711 Potter Street abatement demolition. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved. Okay, new business, police committee, police renewal millage.
The police committee met a while back, and it's time for the renewal of the millage. I'm sure the chief probably has something he's ready to say, but the bottom line is this isn't a new tax, it's just a renewal. It's not gonna add any new tax or anything like that, it's what we've been doing all along. But you could ask Larry or the chief of police, without this passing, we'd have a very hard time funding our police department. But I'll let the chief take it from here.
All right, real quick, I'll just kind of go over a little history on how we got here, what we're looking to do. So the millage expires this year. Back in 2019, when I started here, I was the only full-time officer in the department, and we had a bunch of part-time officers. I think we had between 7 and 9 officers. And the problem we ran into then was that we could not keep it staffed. Officers didn't want to work, they didn't show up for work, we had holes in the schedule. It was just tough to do. The whole part-time policing model was already on its way out the door. It's not like it used to be where people wanted to do it temporarily to keep their certification before they get a job at a bigger agency. The bigger agencies couldn't even find anybody to work. So I was trying to figure out a way. We had a couple good officers, a couple good part-time officers that are still here with us today that are now our full-time officers. They were working all the hours. They essentially were working full-time hours, but for part-time pay and no benefits. And I didn't think that was right. We're taking advantage of them. They actually came to work, showed up, did the job, and we were just trying to get around paying benefits. So I approached the city council at the time and proposed the idea of putting a police millage on the ballot. You know, in anticipation of bringing these couple part-timers on as full-time officers. So they approved it, went on the ballot in 2019. I came forward with it. It passed in November 2019, went into effect in 2020. Here we are, 2026, and it's about to expire. So we're looking for that renewal again. It's not a new millage, not a new tax. It's just a renewal. So when we started this, it was at 2.98 mils is what we originally asked for. And I think we have to go off the latest, which is 2.86, so we'll actually be starting this at 2.86 mils, if I understand. Larry, I believe that's correct. Okay. So 2.86 mils. So important though, the officers that we brought on that we actually made full-time, the cost of doing business, keeping the doors open, keeping the police department operating, it doesn't matter if you have 20 officers or you have 2 officers. Makes no difference. The hours, the wages, the cost for everything that's involved, keeping the cars on the road, that all stays the same. Those are all fixed costs. The only difference is the benefit factor. It doesn't matter. Like it's 20 part-timers, 2 full-timers, the benefits are the only difference. Keeping the doors open is the same. And the part-time model, if anything, has gotten worse. One of our neighboring communities, he actually has 2 full-time officers. He keeps 20 officers on the schedule and he still can't fill a month's worth of dates. So it's just ridiculous. Times have changed. It's really not an option. What I don't understand, I mean, we wouldn't ask the city clerks to go part-time, try to save some money on their benefits. We wouldn't ask the DPW to go part-time, try to save some money on their benefits, but have them here working full-time hours. I really don't know why the police department, why it's even an option, to be honest with you, but this is kind of where we're at. So, you know, at the end of the day, the real difference between the full-time and the part-timers is the benefits. Your healthcare, your 401k, your paid time off days, and a couple other little things. Other than that, the costs are the same. So again, we're just, you know, we're looking to get this millage passed. Hopefully the community comes out and supports us. They did last time. People who live here, they pay taxes. They live in a community. We're not out in the sticks. It is a city, and to not have a police department is almost not realistic. They came out and supported us last time. I hope they do it again. The fact of the matter is that nobody polices for free anymore. This this thought that, hey, there's sheriffs around and there's state police around. They're around, but they're servicing communities that pay them to be there. They're servicing communities that have ongoing contracts with them. State police cover a huge swath of area. I mean, they're out in Lapeer over to Port Huron. You got a couple of troopers out and about. So if you need them, they may or may not be around. Again, sheriff's deputies, all these agencies have been great, and they kind of keep us in business too. And I appreciate what they do. I mean, I don't know that everybody really understands what they do for us. Our dispatch services are provided for free from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department. They don't charge us a dime, and they provide our dispatch. In Macomb County, you actually have to be a part of Central Dispatch. It costs money to do that. So far, so good. And I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop and waiting to get that bill in the mail or that phone call from the sheriff to say, hey man, we can't do this for free anymore. Hasn't happened yet. And then the other services we get, we're here about 16, 18 hours a day. So I rely on these other agencies, the Sheriff's Department, the troopers, and our surrounding communities to back our guys up when they're here, and they cover our calls when we're not, that few hours during the night that we're not here. We don't pay anything for that, but they do it because we fend for ourselves. We provide police services 16 or 18 hours a day, full administrative position, which is myself, and officers on the road. If we didn't do that, if we just said, hey, we're just going to sit back and expect you to do it for free, this whole arrangement is going to change. And the reality is the city can't afford a contract with the Sheriff's Department, yet alone too. You just can't, period. I mean, it's way more than the budget we have now for an active police department that we have. So I understand that everybody, likes to say we can't do this, we don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do either, but I do know that the other model doesn't work, and I do know that the people that live here expect to have a police department to service them. So hopefully, like I said, they come out, they support us, and we pass this thing, we kind of keep going. No new taxes, and contrary to popular belief, when you don't renew a millage, and your taxes don't go down either. So I don't know, everybody thinks that, but it's not true. They never go backwards. Anybody that owns a home or any owns a business, you know that. Everything keeps moving forward. So that's what I'd like to see happen in November. Obviously, we're gonna, if you guys approve it, to go on the ballot, or to put it on the ballot, and we'll run our campaign and get out and knock on doors and talk to everybody like I did last time, and hopefully they come out and support us. So, you guys have any questions for me? Or if anybody has any questions, community-wise, I'm here Monday through Friday, all day long, every day. Call me, stop by. I'll go into detail on anything they want. I want to know about as far as how we operate, what we do, and I'll be happy to share that with everybody. So, okay.
Thank you. And I'll say, some growing up here, and a few of us have, I remember the part-time. You got to know a few of them, but you really didn't get to know any of them all that well. They didn't get to know you, the neighborhood, the community, and they were just coming for a few hours a month, and you'd never see them again. I think there's a value to having a couple guys here that know you by name, They know most people in town and their situation. They know their personalities and how to handle them. I think there's a value to that, to having these full-time guys here. So, with that said, I will make a motion to place the proposed police department millage on the ballot.
Support.
Who supported?
I did.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayram,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar.
Yes.
Okay. Fire department.
So, in front of you, you have proposals for fire department budget for the next 2 fiscal years. The reason I come to you at this time of year rather than closer to the end of our fiscal year is the townships we serve, their fiscal year starts April 1st. So they want to know now what the budget is. Both of these are a 3% increase each year for the next 2 years. That's barely keeping up with inflation. I think inflation rate for last year was 2.8%. So. What else? The budget we have that we're currently operating under, we reduced by $42,000 last year, if you remember. So even with these increases, we're nowhere near back to where we started. I'm hoping, from what I've seen so far, the townships we serve should be happy with 3% each year. I haven't heard complaints about that from other departments, so keep your fingers crossed. Any questions about it?
No, I'm just glad to see the call numbers for the city have gone down so drastically. That's I know that we're getting.
Yeah, for the first time, Riley Township had more
I seen
calls
that.
than the city.
Yeah, for the city of Memphis, we used to, if you look on there, we were with the 1 year, 165 calls, and then last year 68 calls. So that's because of our partnership with Richmond Lennox, kind of helping out a little bit, and that's helped us out a lot, which helps us in negotiations with the township. So, because they used to look at it and say, why are we paying this when you guys have so many more calls than us?
Yeah.
And since we brought them down to a more realistic number, you don't have to have that part of a conversation.
Up until this year, we were utilizing a fixed percentage that each of the townships was paying. And Larry recommended that we go back to the 5-year average that we used to do. And yeah, I think it's a fairer way to do it.
And looking at the contract amounts at the bottom of the page and the breakdown of the runs, it looks totally fair.
So we have to approve this?
I'm looking for your approval tonight so I can get it to the townships.
Both years.
Yeah, for both of them.
Do they need to be separate or just one at a
It can-
can be collected?
I do them separate. We could do them today, but I would just do them separate.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department budget as presented for fiscal year 26-27.
Support.
26, 27, and 27?
No, they said one at a time.
Oh, I thought you said not to, you didn't have to.
I don't see a reason not to do them
We
together.
don't have to, but,
No.
it's up to
Okay,
you.
so fiscal, let me make an amendment to mine. I'll make a motion to approve the budget for the fire department for the fiscal year 26-27 and fiscal year 27-28.
I still support.
Okay. Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayram,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Number 3, poverty guidelines 2026.
So we do this every year. It's pretty much mandated by the state, and the language is pretty much,
We have it done.
it's just something that we have to do every year. It's kind of,
This is the same language as a year.
it is the exact same every year. The numbers change just based on
It's the same.
percentages and things like that, but we just have to adopt the policy and guidelines. Do you have a motion? Do you have a motion?
Yes.
I move that we adopt a resolution for the city of Memphis for the 2026 poverty exemptions policy and guidelines.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Okay, resolution spring burn.
Do you just have a motion?
Yes, please.
Make a motion to approve the Memphis City Spring Burn from April 12th, 2026 through May 30th, 2026.
Support.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
That was April 12th through May 30th?
May 30th.
Okay.
Master Son.
All right, DPW. Southeastern Equipment Company invoice.
That was for, to keep up the warranty on that. It was, my 100-hour, inspection and filter change only
On the new one, right?
on it, yes. And then, I have approximately 131 hours on it. At 250 hours is the next, scheduled maintenance for it.
So a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I make a motion to pay the invoice to Southeastern Equipment Company.
Support.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wareham.
Yes. Okay, BC3 invoice.
Is this the invoice to set up your computers,
Yes,
I believe?
yeah, yeah. We had to update our, well, I think every department had to update their computers and then. So this was my DPW.
This was the DPW?
Yes.
So you're not waiting on anything, right? Just City Hall?
This does.
Oh.
They got yours fixed, right, Bart? Didn't you have a problem yet?
Yeah, it's different, but, technology.
Are we still have an outstanding invoice for here
Mm-hmm.
that we
Yeah,
have
there will
not paid
be.
yet?
Yeah, there will be. But you guys don't have the part, right, Donna?
We don't
isn't-
have it yet,
it's not
no.
yet. I'll make a motion to pay the invoice to BC3 for services rendered.
I'll support.
Dunbar,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Sofa?
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer.
Yes.
All right, number 7, assessing department policy. Do you have anything on that?
So is this by request of our assessor?
She has to do this, yes. They just started this. They have to make a policy
Oh,
on
we
these
have to,
certain
we have to
things.
adopt the policy
Yeah.
because of state law.
So she had to write in the dates that she's here if anyone wants to come talk her and everything like
I
that.
gotcha.
Okay.
So it's just setting normal business hours
Mhm.
for
For the
assessing?
assessor.
Well, glad we have her, because before we wouldn't be able to have these hours.
I'll make the motion to update the assessing department accessibility policy pursuant to PA 660 of 2018.
Support.
Harper,
Yes.
Mazer,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wayrum,
Yes.
Zimmer,
Yes.
Dunbar.
Yes.
The last thing I have is the grants submission for Phase 4 Boardman Road. I have it just about completed. I would like to get with you maybe possibly tomorrow, Larry, if we can go over that. I did get a letter of support from the school, which was very good. I got a letter from Judy Kendall, support of that, and I'm also getting a letter tonight or tomorrow morning from the American Legion as well, that we can submit for support for this. So that will be submitted either tomorrow or Thursday, and that's for Phase 4. So hopefully, we're trying to get all of Boardman Road done all at the same time, but that's all dependent on this additional grant opportunity, so everybody keep your fingers crossed. All right, any final comments from council members?
I have two.
Okay.
So in our packet was a notice of intent to update a township master plan. That leads me to the inevitable question of the city of Memphis master plan. And do we have any updates about any progress at all? I'm guessing that's enough.
That's enough.
How do we push that to get that done? Our last one was what, 2013, if I'm not mistaken? Right? 2013? So,
What happened to?
Yeah.
It seemed like it was rolling along, but then kind of stopped. What happened there? I haven't gone to a planning commission meeting.
same. So,
Any updates on those?
Well, I would ask Tom Aarhurst to answer that question. He's the chairman of the planning commission. We have,
Can you get that
been
for us?
working with him fairly closely.
well, can we compel him to come to the next council meeting
Yes.
to like?
Because
give
you're
us
the
an update?
liaison, you're our voice over there, so.
Yeah.
I'll pass on whatever you want, but they haven't had a meeting in 4 months, so it's kind of difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll reach out to him. I don't, that's fine. And ask him to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
to
by all means.
council next month and
Maybe
maybe
hearing from a different voice would be good.
I can take care of that.
Seemed like they were
Well, they're
meeting.
meeting next Wednesday, I think.
They were meeting every
They don't
month
have
for
a
a long
meeting
time.
again, I
They
don't
haven't had
believe.
one in 4 months.
They don't have anything on the agenda?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I'll email him and find out what's going on and ask him to come to the next
We
council
also
meeting.
have some open slots in the planning committee, so that we need to fill
Oh,
as well. Because Robert Zambo left, and I think that's part of the problem, is a
the
couple
two
people have
in there,
left.
Yeah.
But they still have enough for a quorum, right? I mean,
Yes,
with you and Steve, and then they'd have,
yes,
what, 4 others or something? like that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll follow up with him about that, and I'll make sure I CC you on those email communications.
Yeah, I'd be more excited to see it get done than me. I've been working on it for years,
That's us, you were working hard on that thing.
probably
A lot
5
of
years,
time.
6 years, while I was planning commission chairman. That's almost 4 years ago.
But
You know,
we'll-
it's a lot, there's a lot to it, granted, but gotta be disciplined, you gotta follow through.
I think 13 years is more than enough time.
Well, there's a lot to it, but I mean, I was on the planning commission before.
Sure.
And it wasn't, there were a lot of meeting, but not a lot of action, not a lot of things getting actually done. And then when we reconvene, it's been difficult, you know, just trying to get a draft of it is
You got a little sidetracked.
it's been difficult.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a draft, have we?
There is no draft.
Tim,
There's,
It's critical.
Tom contacted me
Should have a.
to find out who Riley Township used to help pull ours all together at the end, which was St. Clair County Metro Planning. So I don't know if he's made contact with them or not.
When was that?
Quite a while ago.
yeah.
Oh, no, this was a couple weeks ago he asked again.
Yes, again, yeah.
We brought a couple different people in, consultants and so forth, but it was never extended to them to actually pull the trigger and tie some of those loose ends together, which
Yeah.
was a thought to do at one time.
The last I, with Amber Randazzo, I had her send it to a contact that I made, and they were supposed to get back to her on, like, kind of where they stood with what we had already accomplished, and their recommendations, and I don't know if they ever got back to her.
Yeah, I think a lot of the, like the Memphis Meadows stuff sort of sidetracked them.
Right, you know, and that all kind of took precedence over everything, so.
Yeah. The other thing I would like to, I don't know about the feasibility of this. Bart, I don't know if you saw this from the St. Clair County Health Department about fluoride in the water. Do you know
Yeah.
anything about this?
Yeah, I just got it, but I was fully aware that ruling is gonna be coming up to limit fluoride. I have no control over fluoride currently.
Okay.
We're at like a 1.1.
It's just naturally occurring.
Yeah,
So we would have there'd be no action for us to take to
Not
do
at this
these
time.
recommendations.
but yeah, it's usually around 1.1. It's on the lower end on the fluoride.
But we don't add it,
We don't add,
Yeah.
no,
so.
no,
I just wanted to make sure there was nothing for us to do with
yeah,
that.
no.
Okay. That's all.
I got just a little bit of a plug. The Memphis Lions Club is having a fishing auction this Saturday at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So it's fishing gear, fishing lures, things like that. From what I know about it, the guy who is doing it, Joe Phillips is doing the auction, but the guy who brings everything in used to do it all through the St. Clair County Humane Society. And I think they've got some stuff going on there. They're not able to do it there this year, so the Memphis Lions Club gets to host it, and hopefully we get a good turnout. Helps the community. You can help the Lions Club by, we're gonna have side raffles and things like that. Selling concessions and stuff, so.
It's at the Lions Club, right?
At the Lions Club, so yeah, if anybody is free Saturday and is into fishing and outdoor
Decent time.
stuff. Excuse me?
Time.
10 a.m. So if anybody's into it, it's a lot of outdoor stuff, it's mostly all fishing, but it's a lot of other outdoor stuff from what I've been told as well, so. Kinda wanted to announce that.
Thank you. Councilmember Mazur? Dunbar?
I'd like to thank Advisory for all your hard work on the beautiful new City Hall. This is quite the upgrade, and I'm excited to do some diligent work.
Say your new name.
Yeah, place looks great. I don't have anything to see.
Yeah.
I just, having been a business owner in town and hearing people's concerns and things like that, I think it's really important that people understand that what Chief is asking for is not a raise in their taxes, it's just a renewal. It just needs to be driven home.
Mhm. Yeah, not gonna, and like you said earlier, it's not gonna go down if you don't.
Right.
All right.
I did want to say also to Tim, thanks for all your hard work and basically free labor and everything you did here. I think it looks great.
Thank you.
Here, here.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
I'm not in that seat anymore.
Motion to adjourn.
All right.